Hello and welcome everybody. I'm your host Longball Luck and welcome to the Tigers live show as we cover opening day of 2021 between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. It's an exciting day all around baseball as the official 2021 season kicks off, and we're going to kick off the Detroit Tigers season right here at Co-America Park. Home field, first day, baseball on its way. Grab your parkas and your rain jackets because it's going to be wet. Not exactly who you want to see on opening day, but Matthew Boyd was going to take on Shane Bieber, the ace of the Cleveland Indians, in Game 1 here of the series. But before we could get to the action, the opening day festivities had commenced, the players and coaches were introduced, the national anthem was sung, and the Tigers were ready to start their 2021 campaign here in front of the Co-America Park fans, and we were ready to play ball. It was Matthew Boyd who took the ball on the bump today for the Detroit Tigers to start on opening day. After a not so great year in 2020 with 12 starts on a 3-7 record with an ERA as high as 6.71. Top of one, it was Ahmad Rosario with a routine fly ball out to left field where Robbie Grossman would stand under to make the catch for out number one. Unlike his 2020 campaign, Matthew Boyd looked good today, bringing a lot of zip to his fastball like this one here against Cesar Hernandez. Boyd would continue to make easy work of the Cleveland Indians in the top of the first as he gets big bat Jose Ramirez to hit into a routine ground ball to Miguel Cabrera down at the first baseline. Easy 1-2-3 for Boyd, and we can see what the Detroit Tiger bats can do going into the bottom of the inning. One thing that can't be worked on in spring training is facing guys like Shane Bieber in 38-degree weather as he gets Robbie Grossman to get the first out of the inning. Pitch command seems to be the issue for most northern baseball teams early in April, but it wasn't the case today as Shane Bieber seemed to be doing just fine. Bieber would continue to mow down Tigers as he'd bring zip with his four-seam fastball and then lock the Tigers up with his massive 12-6 curve. When the Tigers did make contact with the pitches, it didn't seem as though they could get solid wood on the ball. The ball was moving all over the place, and it left the Tigers with easy pop-ups, grounders, choppers, not finding the gaps or the long ball. Boyd would start again right where we left off here in the second, as a nice easy chopper down the third base line, and Candelario charges on it hard with a beautiful throw over to first base to get the out. Tigers continue to roll as Matthew Boyd again with a nice easy grounder up the middle, weak contact, snag, throw, out. More of the same as Jordan Luplow, slow roller up the middle, Castro charges on it hard, easy snag, throw to first. Cabrera makes the catch. Bottom of the second, bats come alive. Wilson Ramos, hardliner, snagged out of the air. Owen Miller with the first out. Akil Baddoo, first major league at bat, and he goes down swinging. Not exactly the first at bat we want to see out of the young kid, brought from the Rule 5 draft from the Minnesota Twins. But Shane Bieber just seems to be too much for the Tigers today, or so we think. And Terry Francona is loving what he's seeing out of his ace. Jonathan Schoop, 2 outs, bottom of the second, steps to the plate, and Mark with the call.
Swung on and hit deep to left center. This one has a chance. Onto the bullpen roof and gone. Jonathan Schoop with a solo shot.
Jonathan Schoop touches them all and puts his first dinger up on the board for the 2021 campaign. The Tigers are alive and well, up 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Bieber seems to be human after all. Big solo blast off the bat, 103.4 miles per hour, 389 feet. But Bieber, being Bieber, gets right back on his horse and rides again as he gets Miguel Cabrera. 3 strikes, and we're up to the top of the third. Matthew Boyd, pitch, another slow grounder. Schoop charging, out at first. 1 down, and that'll bring up Owen Miller. First major league at bat, first major league hit. Into center, single, up the middle. Owen Miller, 1 for 1 on his career. As customary, the ball will be returned to the dugout. You can go ahead and put that one into the trophy case. Welcome to the league, kid. Boyd a little frustrated with himself for letting the kid get the best of him, but he's got to deal with Roberto Perez. Man on first, and are the elements starting to get to Matthew Boyd? Roberto, down the line, sneaks over the top of the third base back. Grossman into third. Miller's going to slide in safe, and we've got a man on first and third. Roberto gets in front of it, hits over the top of the ball, finds the gap between third and Candelario, and Rosario up to the plate. And for whatever reason, Candelario doesn't throw to home, throws to first, gets the out, but that nets a run for the Cleveland Indians. I don't know what he was thinking on the play. Then it's Hernandez. Liner, in between the gap, takes it to right field. Perez advances to third. Hernandez with a single. Med Rosario with a big charge. This one looks like it might have a chance into the gap, but Nomar Rosario gets on his horse, makes the catch, and gets the Tigers out of the third. Candelario leads off the bottom of the third and starts to show a little bit of patience at the plate, taking ball 4. Bieber showing signs that he might be breaking down a little bit, or is he? We shall see as Nomar Mazara steps up to the plate. Man on first, and Tiger fans can seem to feel the pressure being put on Bieber. But Bieber being Bieber, he's going to take on Nomar Mazara, and he's going to get him to pop up, fly out to left field, and holding the runner off to first base. Robbie Grossman, who puts a weak grounder down to short. He turns it to 2, to 1, and he's safe at first as the Grossman speed outruns the Indians' defense as Owen Miller makes the turn. Cesar Hernandez firing off, and a great slide into first by Nomar Mazaro may have broken up the double play there, and Bieber can't believe it. Harold Castro, the last chance for the Tigers, and he puts one up in the middle, but this time Owen Miller snags it and takes it himself to first to get the Cleveland Indians out of the inning. Matthew Boyd still dealing in the fourth and looking like there's no signs of slowing down. Franmil Reyes up to the plate, and a mean changeup gets Franmil swinging. 1 down. Eddie Rosario up the gap into center field, and we have a man on first. And that'll bring Jordan Luplow up to the plate. Man on first. 1 out. Matthew Boyd delivers. Luplow puts one in between Castro and Candelario. That's going to advance the runner over from first to second. We got a man on first and second. And a mound visit. Check on Boyd. See if he's still got it. They have faith in the young ace. And that brings up Yu Chang. Yu Chang's going to drive one down the third base line. This is going to score a run. And the Tigers are now down 2-1 against the Cleveland Indians. And Matthew Boyd showing signs of a little bit of trouble and wear. Terry Francona, though, looks to his young kid Owen Miller, who had his first major league hit in his first at-bat. This time drives one right to Scope, who flips for 1, over to Cabrera for 2, and the Tigers are out of the inning. Willie Castro lead off the bottom of the fourth, where Owen Miller again snags one out of the air for the first out, and the Tigers can't get a break. Look at this line drive. Smoked on a rope, but Miller is there, makes the snag, barely has to move. 1 down. Ramos, who also had that line drive taken away, sees a pitch from the outside zone and is called for strike 3. Bieber's 5th strikeout of the evening. Way outside and down. Blue calls it up. 2 down. And that'll bring up Akil Yabba Dabba Badoo, looking for his first major league hit, but he goes down swinging. Bieber gets the best of him again for the second time tonight, and that'll end the 4th. Cleveland up 2-1. A.J. Hinch still showing signs of faith in Boyd as we take it to the top of the 5th, when he's going to get a nice long deep fly ball, but Mazzaro's there to make the catch at the warning track for the first down of the 5th. Indians hitters seem to be getting over the top of the ball on Boyd in the first half of the game, but now are undercutting him as another fly ball. Grossman standing underneath it makes the catch for out number 2. Boyd playing a little bit of strategist here in the 5th, trying to help himself out after the Candelario mistake at third. And here he has Cesar Hernandez diving for one low and in the dirt. And that'll end the top of the 5th as the Tigers will try to get the bats going against Bieber, who's still pitching a gem. Tigers bat's still cold in the 38-degree weather as Scope goes down swinging. First down to the bottom of the 5th. Bieber's 7th strikeout and no signs of slowing down. Miguel Cabrera. He hits a weaker grounder to third. Ramirez tosses over to first. Chang's got it. 2 out in the inning. Candelario, the final chance, and he's going to put a charge on one. Going way back is Reyes, just short of the track, and makes the 3rd out of the bottom of the 5th. Boyd still in there on the 6th. Jose Ramirez. Up the middle. Past Scope. Badoo charges in on it. Keeps the runner at first by getting to the ball quickly and getting it in. Ramirez pumped up, ready to go with Reyes up to the plate. Reyes a big bomber, but he's going to get under this one. Right back to Boyd at the mound. Boyd charges and throws it over to first. And we've got 1 out in the inning, but that does advance the runner to second. Ramirez at second. Eddie Rosario. Candelario charging in. Throws to first, gets the runner at first, holds the runner at second. We've got 2 down. Boyd still hanging in there. 2 outs in the the top of the 6th. And he's going to get the fly out to get him out of the inning. Boyd is doing his part. Now the bats need to come alive for the Tigers. The Tiger hopefuls still excited and having a good time tonight here on opening night. And we take it to the bottom of the 6th. And hopefully the Tiger bats can come alive. And it's going to be Nomar Mazara to lead things off. He gets a hold of one. But Luplo getting over underneath and makes the catch for 1 down. Shane Bieber continuing to keep the bats cold for the Tigers. Robbie Grossman goes down swinging. And that's going to be Shane Bieber's 8th strikeout of the night. We've got 2 down. Harold Castro lines one down the first base line. Blue calls it fair. Charging in is Reyes to get it in quick and holds Castro to a single. There's still hope. Liner right over the top of the bag. Bieber can't believe it, but can he get him out of it? Castro underneath it. Routine fly ball. Luplo catches. Hinch still has faith in Boyd as we start off the 7th. Quick grounder to Cabrera over to Boyd. Tags the bag. First out of the inning. And Boyd is in for 6 1/3. Miller puts a smash into one, into the gap. One hops over the wall, and Miller has himself a ground rule double. He's got 2 hits on his MLB debut, a single and a double, and that's going to be it for Boyd, as Joe Jimenez will get the call. Hinch has seen enough. Can he get him out of the inning? Great outing by Boyd, 6 1/3. Jimenez comes in, and he gets a grounder to Castro over to second. 2 outs in the inning. And can Jimenez get the Tigers out of it? Ahmed Rosario takes it inside, swings and misses, and that is the top of the inning as Joe gets the Tigers out of it. Ramos will lead off, and he takes one right off of the ribs, slips out of Bieber's hands. I'm sure the cold had a lot to do with that. And Ramos is going to start off the inning on first as he takes and drills one right off of the top of the ribs. I hope he's okay. He seems to be all right. Gets up quickly, gives a glance down to Bieber, and Terry Francona thinks that's it. Bieber with a heck of a game. 9 strikeouts on the day and only 1 run given up. That's a heck of a start to a 2021 season. As you can see there, he had 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. And Nit Whitgren is going to enter the game, try to close it up for the Cleveland Indians here in the 7th. And that leaves Akil Baddoo, who hasn't seen a base hit yet today. And a slow chopper. Perez snags him, had to hurry as Baddoo's got wheels, but he gets him, and we've got 1 down. Advances Ramos to second, and we're going to have a pinch runner. Victor Reyes is going to come in. Jonathan Scope's not going to help the cause as he goes down swinging. That's 9 Ks on the Tigers today. Make that 10 as Cabrera strikes out again for the night. Jake Rogers will take in the substitution as Ramos is going to hit the bench with those bruised ribs. And Joe Jimenez is going to start the inning off in the top of the 8th as he gets the out at first. And Joe's got 1 out with Jose Ramirez at the plate. Jose Ramirez looks and watches one go straight down the pipe. Joe bringing the smoke, and we've got 2 down here in the 8th. AJ Hinch, though, likes the lefty matchup against Reyes as he brings in Gregory Soto to take on the Bomber. And here's the call.
I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
Swing and a high fly ball out to left field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning.
Soto tries to get one by him, but he leaves it right at the knees, and Reyes takes care of it as he puts it over the left center wall. And the Indians add another one to the board, making it 3-1. Can Soto get out of this? As he gets a slow roller where Cabrera picks it up and takes it himself over to first to get themselves out of the inning. That's going to bring in Parker for the Indians in the bottom of the 8th. And here's Candelario as Candelario puts another charge into one deep into right. Reyes at the wall and just not quite enough as he snags it for the first out. Tigers getting good wood on the ball, but the cold is keeping the ball in the yard, not getting quite enough of it. Nomar Mazaro, he gets a hold of one. Reyes again getting all the way back to the track, and it gets down between Luplo and Reyes, and he's going to round over to second and going on to third. The throw into home to keep him up at third, and Mazaro gets a hold of one and finally gets the Tigers going as he drives this deep to right center. I thought Reyes was going to get there, but then out of nowhere came Luplo, but he overshot it. And that gives a chance for Jake Rogers as Ramos is on the bench, and Rogers rips one right in the left, and that's going to score a run for the Tigers. The Tigers are on the board for the second run of the day and Dow trail just by 1. Cleveland 3, Detroit 2. Rogers gets the end of the bat out in front and bloops one right into the front of Rosario in left field, and that's going to be it for Parker. And Emmanuel Clase is going to come on in and try to close the door on the Tigers here as they're starting to threaten. It's going to bring in Harold Castro, and Harold Castro, this is a wild pitch. Clase throws one past Perez. That's going to get Rogers to advance over to second. And now we're in business. The Detroit Tigers with a man on second. Harold Castro with hope. And he's going to swing badly on an inside pitch. And there's going to be 2 down. And that's Willie Castro, who's going to ground one to second. Easy play for Hernandez as he throws out Castro at first. And Jose Cisnero is going to come in the top of the 9th. Shut down Cleveland, and he does just that. Jordan Luplow goes down swinging. Fireball from Cisnero. No catching up to that one. Finds some bench, Luplow. Maybe another day. Yu Chang. He's going to get a hold of one, but Robbie Grossman on his horse is going to catch it, and we're going to get 2 out here in the top of the 9th. Cisnero pitching to Jim. Owen Miller, the kid. Can he do it again? And he does. He drops one in front of Mazzaro, and he's going to round first going into second. Mazzaro with the throw into the cutoff. And Owen Miller having himself a debut as he has now got 3 hits, a single, and 2 doubles. And Cisnero trying to close it up against Perez, and he's going to get him to pop up as Rogers gets up underneath it and makes the catch to get him out of the 9th. But we go down to the bottom of the 9th, the last chance for the Tigers. And that's going to bring in the nightmare, James Karinchak, as he tries to close the door on the Tigers here in the bottom of the 9th. And it's Victor Reyes, who pinch ran, who's going to lead off, and he's got a single up the middle. He's going to start the Tigers off with a base hit. We got a man on, and Karinchak in a little trouble early. Let's see if the Tigers can capitalize. Akil Baddoo, who's still looking for his first hit. He's going to take one outside. Karinchak walks him. We got 2 men on, and there is hope for the Tigers. Francona a little nervous. Can he stick with his young gun? Can he get him out of this? Jonathan Scope, who had the homer earlier today. He's going to hit one off the end of the bat. Karinchak is going to take it and take the out at first, but that advances the runners to second and third with just 1 out. The Tigers are in it. Miguel Cabrera, who's been struggling all day, here's his opportunity. Karinchak fires, delivers, and takes strike 3 as Cabrera goes down looking. 2 down. Candelario, the last hope for the Tigers, and he takes one in the dirt. And he's going to swing and miss, and that's going to do it. The Indians have beaten the Tigers 3-2. James Karinchak with a man on second and third gets him out of the inning with some great pitching there to close off the Tigers. And the Indians take the first game in the series and upset the Tigers on opening day. And that, folks, is your ball game. Shane Bieber, player of the game, with Shane Bieber also getting the win. Matthew Boyd getting the loss, and James Karinchak coming in and closing it up to get the save. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and as always, swing away.